Confidence is the keyword to possibility. Confidence is the magic word that transforms the craziest dreams into reality. Confidence makes impossible possible. People who are confident seem to be able to make things go their way. They appear to be masters of their own destiny and can often turn the faintest opportunity into a successful outcome. They are typified by resolve to keep going even when things are not going in their favor. Similarly, archers athletes in general and archers specifically who are high in self-confidence are more readily able to turn potential into superior performance than those who are not. Because of this, confidence is a much sought after attribute in the world of archery. Right in Paris, the venue for the next Olympics, Paris 2024, where we dream to win for India the next Olympic medal in archery. The monster marvel in steel is right in my backdrop, the magnificent Eiffel Tower, a symbol of confidence of man's nerves and will of steel. Hi, this is Archery, Director, Coaches Committee, Archery Association of India, your mind coach. You are watching the 6th lecture on the series of mental training. Olympic medal, nothing but the Olympic medal. Welcome again to Discover the Mind Coach in You. Namaste, namaskar, welcome to आप हैं next द्रोणाचार्य, मन का द्रोणाचार्य. चलो तीरंदाज में ओलंपिक गोल्ड लाएंगे, जरूर लाएंगे, चलो. Hey, in this lecture, the 6th in the mind coaching series, we will talk about role of self-confidence in archery. Right there in Paris, when confidence is flagging, minor obstacles and setbacks can have an inordinate effect. When a slight adversity is not viewed in its proper perspective, poorer performance is often the result. Archery provides such a multitude of challenges that a positive mental attitude is an essential prerequisite for success. Almost every archer we work with comments on the importance of a positive mental attitude in reaching superior performance. A loss of confidence can be as damaging to performance as a twisted ankle and can sometimes take much longer to recover from. Learning to maintain a state of self-confidence is a critical challenge on the road to winning mentality. Explaining the concept of self-confidence is barely necessary because it's a state that all archers revel in. It is so palpable in some people, you can almost reach out and touch it. Self-confidence is reflected in the way they look, the things they say, the way they talk, and in the style of shooting. The athlete of the 20th century who perhaps most clearly personified confidence was heavyweight boxer Muhammad Ali, as Cassius Clay, the brash young Olympic champion of 1960. He coined the phrase, "I am the greatest," and thereafter carried an aura of greatness with him. He repeated the affirmation so frequently and with such conviction that eventually even his opponents believed him. Ali had a razor-sharp wit to complement his dazzling boxing skill, and he gave the world some of the most famous statements on sport confidence. Confidence can be defined as the certainty that you are equal to the task at hand as a result of an absolute belief in your ability. Kim Soo-nyung, the greatest archer of all time, was also the most decorated archer in Olympics history, who won as many as 6 Olympic medals over the run of a distinguished professional career. Put it like this: the reason I am confident is that I know my worst is better than anybody else's best. You probably know someone whose self-belief has this unshakable quality, whose ego resists even the severest misfortunes. In such people, confidence is as resilient as a squash ball. The harder the blow, the quicker the bounce back. One secret of this quality is a realistic attitude towards performance. Acknowledging that bad performance is inevitable from time to time maintains the proper perspective when they do occur. This strengthens the resolve to pursue archery goals. Confidence is both a trait, a stable element of personality, and a state of how a person feels at any given moment in time. Therefore, in one sense, confidence is considered a part of personality. The self-esteem of some people is more resilient than of others. Some archers tend to think the worst of themselves. Others are more generous in their self-perceptions. Some are prone to anxiety. Others are more carefree. Although these tendencies can change, given time, they will certainly not change overnight. Hey, some people will always be more confident than others by nature. Fluctuations in confidence that are not necessarily related to personality reflect state-like qualities. These fluctuations are dictated by circumstances and your reactions to them. It is this ebb and the flow of confidence that you can learn to control. Even people who are normally the very epitome of confidence can lose it in an unfamiliar environment. The pendulum of success swings towards archers one moment and away from them the next. Too often this pendulum can have an undue effect on their confidence. Ideally, confidence should remain stable across a wide range of circumstances. One aspect of the game of archery outcome is luck. And Lady Luck will not shine on the same archer every day. A confident archer will accept the odd bad result without harboring any unnecessary self-blame. Everyone is confident when they are winning. Real confidence occurs when archers are losing but are still able to maintain self-belief, or when they learn from the failures or mistakes and move on. Young archers often experience a downturn in the confidence when they lose. Some youngsters attain mini celebrity status in the local area, becoming the proverbial big fish in a small pond. They may have matured earlier, had pushy parents, as a consequence, achieved a great deal of success in the junior rank. When they move into the senior ranks, it is an entirely different story. The challenges are far greater. The mini celebrities need to learn how to take a defeat from more experienced or stronger opponents and bounce back. The keys to continued success are to re-evaluate goals and have realistic expectations. The techniques provided in this lecture complement those presented in the earlier part of my lectures. To achieve a greater sense of stability and confidence, both young and adult archers must know what exactly causes it to fluctuate. The vast majority of archers know that self-confidence enhances performance. Even under strict laboratory conditions, it has been demonstrated many times over that manipulating confidence either up or down has a significant effect on performance. Confident athletes are more highly motivated in terms of the persistence and intensity with which they respond to a challenge. The athletes involved in an arm wrestling experiment were persuaded that the competitors were weaker, and they were actually were. And the result confidence enabled them to beat objectively superior opponents. Confidence causes psychological barriers to crumble. Weightlifters have been shown to perform better when they believe that the bar holds less than it actually does. This phenomenon has been exploited by coaches who have helped weightlifters lift heavier weights by convincing them that the barbell held a weight they had already lifted. Similarly, in the training session preceding a major championship, high jump coaches sometimes inform athletes that they have cleared more height than they have actually. This method, called false feedback, is a powerful tool for coaches and training partners if used sensibly and sparingly. Clearly, giving false feedback repetitively is likely to backfire, resulting in athletes losing confidence in both their performance and the integrity of the coach. A great deal of research has been conducted on the sources of self-confidence. The confidence someone feels during a particular activity or in a particular situation is generally derived from one or more of the following 6 sources, which are in descending order of importance. 1. Performance accomplishment. 2. Vicarious experience. 3. Verbal persuasion. 4. Psychological states. 5. Emotional states. And 6. Imagery experiences. Let's check for first performance accomplishment. Performance accomplishment is by far the most important source of confidence. It is what most archers refer to when talking about confidence. When you perform any skill successfully, you generate confidence and are willing to attempt a task that is slightly more difficult. Skill learning should be organized in a series of tasks that progress gradually and allow you to master each step before progressing to the next. In archery, where performance relies very heavily on confidence, the progression to more difficult skills always depends on mastering the previous move. Personal success breeds confidence. Repeated personal failure diminishes it. Learning of sometimes relearning what success feels like is a compulsory confidence building lesson for all archers who find themselves down in the dumps. The key is a planned, focused evolution of performance that builds on previous successes. Like what Muhammad Ali says, I have done it before and I can do it again. Now let's check out vicarious experience. Watching other people perform successfully can bolster your confidence, especially if you believe that the performer closely matches your own qualities or ability. In effect, you think, if he or she can do it, so I can, so can I. All those who strive to lead by example use this principle. Coaches and managers are often appointed on the assumption that their confidence will rub off and inspire those around them. Next, let's check out verbal persuasion. Verbal persuasion is a fundamental way of attempting to change the attitudes and behavior of others, including the self-confidence. In archery, coaches often try to boost confidence by convincing archers that the challenge ahead is within their capabilities. You can reinforce this by repeating the message over and over to yourself as a form of self-persuasion. Although verbal persuasion can prove beneficial, it is not nearly as potent an influence on self-confidence as success. Nevertheless, you should not underestimate the force of your inner voice. Your inner voice saying things to yourself repeatedly and with conviction will eventually result in these messages entering your subconscious mind and influencing your behavior in a positive way. If a negative thought enters your mind, you can visualize a red stop sign and immediately replace it with a positive statement or image. This technique is known as thought replacement. Another tip is to state what you want in positive terms. Instead of saying, I don't want to lose this one, you can rephrase it to, I really want to win this one. By doing so, you have clarified your goal rather than expressed your fear. The need to add one crucial word of warning is to use the positive self-talk. For archers with low self-esteem who do not combine self-talk with some of the other main confidence building techniques, the repeated use of self-talk can actually cause a decline in self-confidence. This is because repeating positive self-statements can spark negative counter-statements which can set archers on a downward spiral. In other words, a part of the archer's mind might question and challenge the content of the repeated self-statement. Interestingly, a recent study from the University of Waterloo and Canada showed that in physically weak groups, repeated use of a positive mantra reduced self-confidence. We cannot but repeat what Muhammad Ali said. I figured that if I said enough, I would convince the world that I really was the greatest. Let's move on to physiological states. The fourth source of self-confidence concerns the degree to which we are able to control physiological responses to stress such as muscular tension or butterflies in the stomach. Essentially, you need to learn to perceive the bodily sensations associated with competition as entirely normal and facilitative of performance. And now let's go to the next section, emotional states. Self-confidence is the emotional response to the body to various situations. It is for in instance, you become anxious about a particular contest. Your confidence will almost certainly be diminished. Sometimes this happens when the archers return from injury. Often the importance of the occasion creates self-doubt. Maintaining self-confidence, therefore, is partly the result of controlling thoughts and emotions. Learning relaxation and concentration skills can be particularly helpful. Hence, there is very close connection between this source of self-confidence and the mental techniques I will soon teach you. Imagery experiences. Imagery experiences relate to recreating multi-sensory images of successful performances in your mind. Such mental representations make the mastery of a particular task or set of circumstances far more likely. I will talk in another lecture about imagery experiences and the related topic of self-hypnosis. In that lecture, you will find many examples of how to use imagery to bolster your self-confidence. Assessing self-confidence. Let me now quickly talk about some key aspects that can develop confidence. Mastery involves performing well. Improving and achieving personal goals. Demonstration of ability entails demonstrating ability or showing off and gaining favorable social comparison by beating others. Physical and mental preparation involves feeling physically and mentally prepared with an optimal focus for performance. Physical self-presentation refers to gaining confidence from believing that the course of shooting scores or a shoot-off to break the tie are going to be in your favor. Social support concerns the support of sponsors, coaches, staff, teammates, peers, fans, family members, friends, and significant others. Coach's leadership concerns your perception of your coach's ability to make the right decisions and lead effectively. Vicarious experience involves gaining confidence from watching a friend or teammate perform successfully. Environmental comfort refers to factors such as the degree of comfort with the playing venue and being at ease with the officials presiding over the contest. Situational favorableness relates to the perceived strength of the opposition, the playing conditions, the opportunity to perform pre-match rituals, and so on. Self-confidence supported. An unshakable, powerful thought that one is going to succeed and no force in the world can stop that from happening. A positive assertion in the mind that the word "can I" does not ever exist. Only I can exist. Well, that brings to an end the 6th lecture in the mental training series. More to come on the mind, about the mind. The Olympic gold in archery, nothing but the Olympic gold. Manage stress and win over your mind. Remove the stumbling blocks in winning an Olympic medal. The job starts now. Your job starts right now. Till I provoke your mind again, it's good luck for me. Jai Hind. Om, Om, Om. Olympic medal, nothing but the Olympic medal. Bye-bye. It's Hoop from the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France.